Taylor Swift is now Team Baldoni. She is working with Justin Baldoni. How embarrassing is this? They are cooked.
Blake Lively's lawyer quits after Taylor Swift exposed shocking new details, because even top lawyers have a breaking point when it comes to cleaning up someone else's chaos. Blake has managed to create such a disaster that her own legal team is running for the hills like it's an emergency drill.
This is the true tea. This is really what we needed to know.
When your lawyer would rather quit than deal with your drama, it's time to face the music, or at least hire better PR.
Taylor Swift, I wish I never met Blake.
Blake Lively's legal saga just hit a jaw-dropping new low, and no one, not even her fiercest critics, saw this disaster coming. Her star attorney Jonathan Carver, yes, the Jonathan Carver who's handled lawsuits worth north of $500 million and navigated Hollywood's nastiest messes, has officially bounced. On May 18th, sources confirmed Carver walked out mid-crisis like a man fleeing a burning building. No polite farewell. No, let's stay in touch. This was full-on sprint for the exit. Hair on fire, probably muttering, "I quit," under his breath. And trust me, this wasn't just a lawyer quietly resigning after a rough case. No, Carver walked away because the legal mess was so dirty, so utterly outrageous, he couldn't even imagine it would get this bad. It was the legal equivalent of Gordon Ramsay storming out of Hell's Kitchen because the kitchen's on fire, the beef Wellington's ruined, and Ramsay just lost his mind, screaming insults. Yeah, it was that catastrophic. Let's break down why. Blake's beauty brand, Blake Brown, crashed and burned harder than you'd expect. Its sales dropped a staggering 73% within 6 months of its January 2024 launch. That was the first domino. Then came the explosive legal battles.
This is the exact message that you have to subpoena. And why is that relevant? Because if there is proof that Blake Lively told Taylor Swift to delete text messages back in December when she first filed this lawsuit, well, you only tell somebody to delete text messages that prove that the person in the other side of this case is telling the truth, right? So she's telling her to delete text messages that would disprove her narrative, that they not only witness tampered, but also then tried to extort. And I love the fact that this is over the Super Bowl because it just shows you how vain Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are.
Taylor Swift's bombshell expose dropped in early May 2025, revealing texts and emails that allegedly painted Blake as the mastermind behind a Hollywood PR war. Not exactly the kind of headline you want. Carver reportedly couldn't stomach Blake's 3 a.m. panic calls or last-minute brilliant PR pivots that backfired so badly, her legal costs ballooned to an estimated $2 million in just the last quarter. Talk about burning cash. Eyewitnesses claim Carver was seen leaving Blake's legal offices visibly shaken, maybe even close to tears, and muttering, "I'm done." Given that Carver has survived crises involving actors accused of tax evasion and multi-million-dollar fraud schemes, that says a lot. So, here's the tea. Blake's legal dream team just lost its MVP. With Blake's reputation nosediving and her legal defense now scrambling, the big question isn't if things will get worse, but how much worse they can possibly get. Because when your top lawyer bails like he's escaping a sinking ship, you know the heat is beyond hot mess. It's a full-on inferno.
Taylor Swift, I wish I never met Blake. New humiliation for Lively as singer outs the glaring red flags she missed during their 10-year friendship.
Let's set the stage here. While Blake was busy staging paparazzi photos and penning cryptic Instagram captions about loyalty and betrayal, Taylor Swift was offloading a proverbial truckload of receipts. Swift, ever the strategist, didn't just ghost her former BFF Blake.
Last summer, when tone-deaf Blake Lively was first being called out for her apparent refusal to take seriously the domestic violence story at the center of her new movie, Taylor Swift did as any best friend would. She stuck close by.
No, she handed over evidence to Justin Baldoni's legal team, so damning, so airtight, it could probably serve as a masterclass for future whistleblowers. Emails? Check. text messages? Double check. Maybe even a shady voice note recorded at 2 a.m.? Triple check.
We have got to talk about Taylor Swift's new statement, of course, through her PR, about Blake Lively and some other craziness going on with this entire case.
Taylor's bombshell revelations reportedly turned Carver's defense strategy into a dumpster fire overnight. One insider quipped, "It wasn't a legal case anymore. It was damage control for an uncontrollable client." When even the truth has more plot twists than a Shonda Rhimes series, what's a poor lawyer to do? Carver, a seasoned professional with decades of courtroom victories, didn't sign up for this. He probably imagined defending Blake Lively would be a walk in the park, maybe a libel suit here, a contract dispute there. What he got instead was a circus, complete with clowns, tightrope acts, and the kind of drama that makes reality TV producers salivate.
Last time, as you know, when she launched Blake Brown this summer, it was a disaster, obviously, because of her. She's blaming it on Justin Baldoni. And of course, when that lawsuit became public...
Case in point, Blake's ill-fated hair care brand, Blake Brown Beauty. What began as a promising business venture quickly devolved into a catastrophe of unsold products, bad reviews, and disgruntled employees. Reports of a toxic workplace culture added the cherry on top. And let's not even get started on the clearance bin scandal. Yes, the clearance bin, where luxury goes to die. If Carver needed a textbook example of how not to manage PR, Blake was providing a live demonstration. What finally broke Carver? Was it Taylor Swift's perfectly curated dossier of incriminating evidence? Or was it Blake's obsession with controlling the narrative? Probably both. One source close to the legal drama said, "Jonathan Carver is one of the best lawyers money can buy, but he's not a miracle worker." When Blake decided to micromanage every aspect of the case, it became unmanageable.
The It Ends With Us actress was pictured with at Swift's Rhode Island mansion in August, taking a moment of solace at the $17 million 8-bedroom estate, along with her husband Ryan Reynolds and their 4 children.
During one particularly heated meeting, Blake allegedly insisted on staging a loyalty photo shoot to counteract Swift's revelations. Carver's response? "I'm a lawyer, not a PR agent." Shortly after, he packed up his files and walked out, leaving Blake's team scrambling to issue a carefully worded statement about parting ways amicably. Spoiler, nobody bought it.
And I would bet you, all of this was like, well, you got to do that. You got to serve me. Yes, here's the tip, but you didn't hear it from us. You got to push it. You got to push it.
Taylor Swift's role in this chaos is like that of a chess grandmaster dismantling an opponent who doesn't even know the rules. By severing ties with Blake, she didn't just walk away. She detonated the bridge and handed Baldoni's team the matchsticks. This wasn't petty revenge. It was calculated, surgical, and devastatingly effective.
And I bet you there's a part of Taylor that's kind of like, yes, subpoena me.
One can only imagine the boardroom reaction when Baldoni's team received Taylor's package of evidence. It's said that Carver visibly paled after reviewing its contents, realizing he was up against not just Swift's moral high ground, but her legal artillery. And let's be real, Taylor's decision to come forward wasn't just about loyalty to Baldoni. It was a power move, a statement to Hollywood's elite that she wasn't here to play games. In the wake of Carver's resignation, Blake has doubled down on her narrative. Her PR team has been working overtime to spin this as a minor hiccup in an otherwise flawless career. Statements about moving forward with a new legal strategy are as hollow as a Hollywood Award acceptance speech. But the public isn't buying it. Blake's recent Instagram posts, complete with vague captions about resilience and a suspiciously glossy photo of her sipping tea, have become meme fodder. Meanwhile, the internet continues to dissect every new development with the kind of fervor usually reserved for Oscar predictions. What does this mean for Hollywood's golden girl? For starters, her reputation is in tatters. Blake was once seen as untouchable, a beacon of grace and talent. Now, She's a case study in how quickly things can unravel when loyalty is questioned and receipts are revealed. With Carver gone, Blake's legal team is in shambles. And let's be clear, replacing a lawyer of Carver's caliber mid-case isn't just difficult, it's near impossible. Whoever steps into his shoes will be walking into a battlefield littered with PR landmines and legal booby traps. While Blake struggles to contain the fallout, Taylor is, for once, not the center of the drama. And that might be the most shocking twist of all. For years, Taylor has been portrayed as the high-maintenance queen of feuds, but this time, she's playing the long game. By quietly handing over evidence and stepping back, she's letting Blake's house of cards collapse under its own weight.
Something is put into this case, their go-to is to call everything a conspiracy theory. And they're refuting it completely and saying, listen, we didn't do this. It's totally false. And furthermore, everything that he put in there is irrelevant because he didn't even need to respond.
Justin Baldoni, too, emerges as a winner in this mess. With Taylor's support and Carver out of the picture, his case against Blake is stronger than ever, and Hollywood loves a redemption arc, something Baldoni seems poised to claim. As for Blake, the road ahead looks bumpy at best. Without Carver's expertise, her chances of coming out unscathed are slim. And while her PR team might manage to buy her some goodwill, it won't erase the damage already done. This saga has become a cautionary tale for Hollywood's elite. Choose your friends and your lawyers wisely, because when the facade cracks and the truth comes out, not even the best spin doctors can save you.
If Miss Swift failed to do so, Miss Lively would release 10 years of private texts with Miss Swift. The individual also told me that they had been informed that Miss Baltridge had accused Mr. Gottlieb of extortion and ended the call.
When Taylor Swift handed Justin Baldoni's legal team her now infamous dossier on Blake Lively, it wasn't just a bombshell, it was the nuclear detonation of Hollywood friendships. This wasn't a casual he said, she said file of gossip. Oh no. It was the kind of evidence that makes lawyers double-check their retirement plans and PR agents develop sudden migraines. Allegedly, the evidence included no less than 15 incriminating emails, 32 text messages, and, brace yourself, 3 audio recordings. Among these alleged files are damning emails between Blake and Ryan Reynolds discussing not just PR strategy, but outright manipulation tactics. One rumored email from Blake reportedly outlines how to frame a story against Taylor to make her look unstable during a major public appearance in early 2024. If true, it's no longer a case of friendly disagreements. It's a full-blown character assassination attempt. And then there's the infamous voicemail Taylor allegedly provided, a voice memo that insiders claim includes Blake saying, "The only way to win this is to make Taylor crack. Nobody will believe her if we control the narrative." Swifties were quick to point out the irony. The narrative Blake tried to control is now the one sinking her reputation faster than her hair care line. And let's talk about Blake Brown Beauty. The brand name that once whispered promises of luxurious locks is now more synonymous with chaos than good conditioner. Numbers don't lie, and neither do the 1-400 clearance bins across America now housing unsold bottles of volumizing disaster shampoo. According to industry insiders, Blake's products were pulled from 8 major retailers between March and September 2024, citing abysmal sales and customer complaints about greasier hair after use. But what takes the cake is Blake's apparent attempt to distract from her business failure with PR stunts so transparent they might as well be printed on glass. One particularly ill-fated move occurred in July 2024, when she staged a charity giveaway of her products. What was framed as altruism quickly became a punchline when people noticed the event coincided perfectly with the release of Taylor Swift's groundbreaking documentary, Fearless: The Hollywood Betrayal, on Netflix.
They published a story after speaking to 6 former employees from Blake Lively's previous company called Preserve. So as I said, Daily Mail has interviewed 6 former employees, and they're explaining all the crazy stuff that went down when they worked for this company.
And the manipulation allegations? They aren't just rumors anymore. Employees of Blake Brown Beauty have anonymously reported everything from unpaid wages to being forced into last-minute photo shoots to create a buzz when sales tanked. Taylor's dossier supposedly includes at least 3 emails where Blake directly instructed her PR team to spin these allegations as disgruntled employees spreading lies. Charming. Now let's talk about loyalty, or lack thereof. Hollywood has seen its fair share of shifting alliances, but what's happening now is unprecedented. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, once the golden couple of Tinseltown, are now practically radioactive. A-list stars who used to gush over their dinner parties have gone silent, and the numbers tell a story no one can ignore. As of May 2025, 18 high-profile celebrities have either unfollowed or distanced themselves from the couple on social media. Selena Gomez, Jennifer Lawrence, and even Blake's former co-star Anna Kendrick have all liked posts subtly hinting at Taylor's side of the story.
All hell broke loose. She claims he sexual harassed her, and then by the time they premiered the movie, they weren't even speaking to each other. She made him stay in the basement, and Ryan Reynolds turned on him too. And then she claimed that he unleashed a bad PR campaign against her.
Swifties are experts at decoding this level of shade. Sophie Turner, who has remained a steadfast friend of Taylor's, made her feelings clear in an April 2025 interview, saying, "Real friends don't weaponize their friendships for clout." Even Hollywood's more neutral players have been caught in the crossfire. Ryan Reynolds, who until now was America's witty sweetheart, has found himself in murky waters. His silence on the matter has led fans to wonder whether he's complicit or simply blindsided. Worse, some of Taylor's evidence allegedly implicates him in Blake's more manipulative PR schemes. If true, this revelation could tarnish the carefully polished good guy image he's spent over a decade building. Justin Baldoni's role in this drama is no less fascinating. Once seen as the chill, unproblematic heartthrob of Hollywood, he has emerged as the leader of a growing anti-Blake coalition. Baldoni's courtroom demeanor, poised, articulate, and devastatingly strategic, has won him allies both in and out of Hollywood. Since Taylor handed over her evidence in March 2025, Baldoni has reportedly received private support from at least 7 influential Hollywood producers who had quietly distanced themselves from Blake due to her alleged antics. This isn't just a legal battle anymore. It's a war of public perception. Blake and Ryan, who were once at the top of Hollywood's social ladder, now find themselves scrambling for allies. The divide is so stark that entertainment outlets have dubbed it the Hollywood Civil War. Team Taylor has grown so strong that even previously neutral figures like Oprah and Reese Witherspoon have taken subtle jabs at Blake during public appearances. The fallout from this saga is reshaping Hollywood in ways no one could have predicted. Celebrities who once played it safe are now choosing sides, with Taylor Swift at the center of a movement that seems as much about accountability as it is about loyalty. As for Blake and Ryan, their empire is crumbling, one unsold bottle of shampoo and lost Instagram follower at a time. The numbers, dates, and names don't lie. Taylor Swift's move wasn't just a personal statement, it was a professional masterstroke. And as the dust settles, one thing is abundantly clear: Hollywood will never be the same.
Justin Baldoni was an innocent baby sitting in the crib, and a dark lord tried to murder him for absolutely no reason.
Hollywood is the land of dreams, drama, and carefully orchestrated disasters masquerading as unexpected scandals. If you've been paying attention, you've probably noticed a suspicious trend. Every major scandal seems to follow the same suspiciously tidy blueprint. And guess who's allegedly at the center of the latest and greatest PR nightmare? None other than Blake Lively, the actress turned hair care mogul, turned alleged mastermind of manipulation. But let's not give credit where it isn't due. Blake isn't inventing the wheel here. She's just giving it a particularly shiny, Instagram-ready spin. From Angel Reese's WNBA drama to Kid Cudi's fiery run-in with Diddy and Taylor Swift's dossier of doom, it's all starting to look eerily similar. And if the rumors are true, Blake's got her fingerprints all over this Hollywood playbook. No Hollywood scandal is complete without dragging Taylor Swift into the mix. Taylor, bless her, can't seem to escape the crossfire of other people's messes. This time, though, she flipped the script. Instead of playing victim, Taylor dropped an alleged stack of evidence against Blake and Ryan Reynolds straight into Justin Baldoni's lap. Emails, texts, maybe even carrier pigeon messages. It's all fair game when Swift gets involved.
It was just a lot of like Taylor Swift stuff going on. And then she did kind of the disappearing act, which is Taylor Swift's move when she's flying a little too close to the sun. It's her thing. That's what she does. Tree Payne, her savage PR person from forever, always knows when Taylor Swift is too close and Icarus has got to go away.
Taylor's move wasn't just bold, it was practically cinematic. Suddenly, the focus shifted from Blake's hair care brand flop to her alleged manipulation of Hollywood's power players. If Blake was quietly pulling strings before, Taylor just yanked the curtain back. Now here's where it gets good. The lively Reynolds meltdown. Their lawyer has quit, citing irreconcilable differences with reality. Blake's PR machine, once a well-oiled beast, is reportedly churning out frantic press releases like a TikToker with a ring light. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds, the man who made sarcasm his brand, is suddenly very, very quiet. It's almost as if the couple has realized their house of cards is teetering precariously. Blake, of course, is no stranger to the woe is me narrative. Sources say she's already spinning the story of a misunderstood entrepreneur, a victim of Hollywood's cruelty. But let's be real, when your alleged PR tactics involve throwing friends under the bus, hi Taylor, and manipulating legal battles, the sympathy well dries up pretty quickly. Here's where the real genius, or madness, of the Hollywood scandal blueprint comes into play. Divide and conquer. Angel Reese had her supporters and detractors. Kid Cudi's testimony left people picking sides. And Taylor Swift's takedown of Blake? It's turned Hollywood into a game of musical chairs, where no one wants to be caught sitting next to the lively Reynolds duo.
Blake Lively is not a good person, that she has proven herself not to be a kind person, okay? And that's largely due to the fact that she is a modern feminist, and so she has to create struggle where there just isn't any.
Celebrity alliances are shifting faster than Blake's PR team can craft a new narrative. Justin Baldoni, once a quieter figure in this saga, now has A-list backing, thanks to Taylor's bombshell evidence. Meanwhile, Blake and Ryan are losing friends faster than Blake Brown Beauty is losing shelf space. The whispers are getting louder. Who's next to drop their support for Hollywood's former golden couple? Here's the twist no one saw coming. Blake, once hailed as the puppeteer of PR genius, might have overplayed her hand. Her hair care brand, Blake Brown Beauty, is allegedly tanking, with unsold inventory piling up in clearance bins across America. Her reputation as a savvy businesswoman? Quickly unraveling. And now, with her lawyer gone and her husband reportedly taking a step back, Reed, silently panicking, Blake's empire is looking more like a poorly built sandcastle.
Now she's trying to sell this mist. And this article goes into how disappointed Target is.
And let's not forget Ryan Reynolds. Once the king of deadpan charm, he's now the silent partner in a sinking ship. Will he continue to stand by Blake, or is he quietly plotting his own escape route? Hollywood loves a redemption arc, and Ryan might just be angling for his own. So, what's next in this Hollywood saga? Can Blake claw her way back to relevance, or has the curtain closed on her reign? Will Ryan break his silence, or will he go down with the ship? And what about Taylor Swift? Will she continue her whistleblowing streak, or is she ready to put this chapter behind her and write a few platinum singles about it? One thing's for sure, Hollywood isn't done with Blake Lively yet. Whether she fights back or fades into the background, her story is far from over. And with scandals following the same suspicious blueprint these days, we'll be watching closely to see who's next in line to pick up the puppet strings. What a wild ride this Hollywood feud has been. exploding from a beauty brand disaster to jaw-dropping exposés and a lawyer running for the hills. With Taylor Swift dropping receipts, Blake Lively's empire crumbling, and legal chaos swirling. Who's really to blame here? Is this just another messy celebrity meltdown, or a sign of the toxic circus fame has become? Drop your hot takes in the comments below. And trust me, this scandal is far from over. Stay tuned, because the next chapter is guaranteed to be even juicier.